Right, let's talk about the big elephant in the room. There's only one thing really to talk about today, and it's the annoying thing of us having a very successful situation with Danny, and the worry we all had if Southampton did the inevitable with what they did last night and sack Russell Martin. Now, they are apparently big admirers of Danny, which is no surprise there. They know a little bit about him as well because from his time there. Now they were smashed 5-0 at the weekend by Tottenham, and as soon as it happened, I was like, "Oh, here we go indeed." Now, here's the thing. There have been talk that they would like to get him in. Always something that has always been mentioned in the position by Jack Ross saying a foreign appointment for the Southampton job is more likely. So it's a narrative of the commitment style and the magnified gains, but it was taken to extreme. Players not capable at this level. Recruitment did not help. No idea where they go next. Told a follow appointment is likely. Some in the club admire Danny Rull. Now, if they were to get Danny in, it would cost them. They would have to cough up a compensation fee to tempt him. And the thing is, he made he made it very clear, basically, that he would like to get to manage the Premier League as soon as possible. Now, with that route, that would be interesting to see if that happens. But here's the thing is, them wanting to pay for him and his staff would be a huge chunk, and you would have to try and get him to do the miracle yet again. He did the miracle last season with Wednesday, and then he will have another miracle to do again. Now, my question is here, does Danny want to have that on his CV, known as someone who gets teams out of the way and then doesn't get a chance to build, or his name pops up? It'll be interesting to see how this tests Chansiri this week, because Chansiri will have to literally go, hey, let's see what happens, who's going to come in for him, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be that whole thing of going, how does Chansiri cope with this? Because it's very interesting that the week, last week, where he says, my ambition is the club, and my ambition, the club's ambition need to kind of match, and then this pops up. We will be hopefully holding our breath that nothing does happen. But here's the thing. If it does, you lose your entire backroom staff. Tomo is probably going to be one who gets in charge again. You're then going into January period, instead of looking for players, you're looking for a manager and then players. So you're into kind of a little bit of the same situation you have with Muniz, coming in late and then trying to get that side of it right. I don't know how much I think he would take it. I think there's a lot of me that goes, I'm flattered by it, but let me see what I can do here first, and then I'll go. But money talks. If they want to generally go, here, we're going to give you X, Y, Z for him, this is where Chansiri's negotiations, like when he did with Steve Bruce and Mike Ashley, comes into play. How much money can Chansiri get for Danny? But then, if this is the case, how quickly can Chansiri get Danny's replacement? And it will be a mega blow if Wednesday lost Danny. Like, it generally would be a mega blow if Wednesday lost Danny. Because I just don't know where you go next. Like, in terms of the appointment, because it's a difficult one then, because we know what Chansiri is like at taking a long time to get managers in. He sometimes takes a little bit too long. 2-3 weeks is too long. You're hoping they've already got someone sounded out and ready to go. And you hope that's not Danny. But in our position right now, it's not what you want when we're like 9th and things are starting to click a little bit with this team. The players will not want to hear this being talked about. The last thing we need right now is upheaval. It's the last thing we need. We need to have a bit of stability, start back in. And the thing is, if he did go, you got that other thing where Chansiri once again has that kind of trust issue again. Because it'll be another one of those things where after Bruce went, he had massive trust issues with managers. He went very micromanagement again. And I will be flabbergasted if it's not saying. If you want to know betting odds and stuff like that, remember betting odds all change due to whoever lumps someone in. Don't take it as gospel. I think a lot of people do. They see the betting odds and they panic and go, oh, that means he's off then. Don't necessarily go with that. We've had it before where I think we had it where Paul Lynch was on the betting odds. And the thing is, the only thing I would say is our saving grade. Could you see Chris Powell going with me if they took all of it? Chris Powell could be the one that stayed. Say, no, I'm going to stay, I'm going to steady the ship. Because he has said he might want to get back into management one day. Now, the betting odds for if you want to just have a look at that. Danny Rowell is 6-4, Corvan 5-1, David Moyes 8-1, Graham Potter 12-1, Kafka Human 12-1, Lee Carley 12-1, Michael Carrick 12-1, Rafa Benitez 12-1, Rafa Hudson 14-1, Gareth Southgate 16-1. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. I would suggest they are more than likely going to try and get a manager who's out of work. And on that list, that's Moyes, Potter, Carsley, Benitez. I can't see them going back to Rafa Hudson kind of thing. Southgate. But if they're going down the foreign route, that leaves you with Rafa, Ralph, Casper, and David Moyes. So if that's the route they're going, but it'll be interesting to see what happens, because at the end of the day, we want Danny to stay. We want Danny to keep doing what he's doing, but it can be a difficult one. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Are you genuinely worried now that we could lose Danny, or are you very much like, we'll see what happens, what will be, and we'll go with the flow? I think if we do lose him, we need to have a backup plan ready, kind of thing. But I pray, like genuinely pray, that at the end of this week, hopefully, Danny's still here, they got a manager in, it's all sorted. Same with Wolves. Wolves in the same situation. Hope they got a manager sorted and done. It's been a crazy little bit of a month so far for sackings. I think no one expected to see Deb Buckingham start from Oxford, which is insane, if you ask me. Mentalist decision ever. But it is what it is. But is Danny head turned by it, or are we gonna see us just hold our ground and Danny still be here? I'm gonna say Danny's still going to be here, but that's just my assumption and my opinions. Let me know your opinions down below.